Let's talk about the episode. So I'm surprised Kristen finally suffering some consequences. I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I don't know where to begin to start. Where I am gonna start at, however, is Eric, you should have let every chamber in that gun go off on Kristen behind. I'm just saying, for her taking your manhood the way she took your manhood just to embarrass Brady and John, you should have let that chamber let loose on her behind. You should have kept on to it with no more bullets in that chamber on her. I'm sorry. If it was me, I would have had to do it. You know, I would have got on my hands and knees later and prayed to God glory then later on. But Eric, if I was you, I would have shot her. I'm sorry. Bad enough you didn't script you of your manhood when she raped you and then had it played all over a full church. I'm going to let her slide and I'm going to let her go, and I'm going to let Brady drunk behind tell me no, don't do that. I'm sorry. If Brady would have gotten away, I would have, did him too. But Eric, you better not ever would have been, because if it would have been me, I would have let that gun and every bullet in that chamber would have been in her body. I'm sorry. How much pain and suffering can one woman do to you till you finally break and lose your mind? You had her where you wanted her at and you let her go. Eric, you should have just went ahead and just prayed later. That's what I would have did. I would have just prayed later for forgiveness, but after she done raped you of your manhood the way she did and then had it displayed all over her screen for everybody can see her raping me, like I said, it wouldn't have been me. Eric, good job for not doing that. But if I was you for 10 seconds, Brady would have been coming in there with a murder scene happening, and I would have been getting arrested. I'm just saying. But it is nice to see Kristen finally suffering some consequences. And Brady, I'm surprised and shocked that you actually told her to get out. I guess you figure now that Marlena about to die. Game's over. She didn't win. Basically, Marlena is next. Kate and Kayla gone, so I guess you said games are over. Games are over and no more play dates for her. Like I said, Brady and Eric, nice plan, but you should have did it way earlier. If y'all would have did this, Eric, if you would have been a little bit more smarter and did this way earlier, this could have solved a whole lot of problems and a whole lot of issues, and y'all wouldn't be right here where y'all at y'all wouldn't be here where y'all at now. Only if you would have thought of this a little bit more earlier, Eric. Only. Just only. But I still say I don't think they did. Like I said, I done seen so many deaths on Days of Our Lives, and I done seen so many peekaboos that I'm alive again. Oh, I was just taking a nap. I'm back. I don't believe it. Like I said, until I see a funeral, a burial, their names, and y'all actually having a memorial or a funeral, I don't believe it. Look what happened to Stefan. They done buried him and all, and he got his own thing in the mirror crypt, and he's still walking around here live, been live this whole entire time. What, 4 years down the road, and now he alive and kicking? To go off the Chloe again after having his brain sprayed and played with? Yeah, I don't believe it. You gonna have to convince me otherwise, Days, that they are really dead, and y'all ain't pulling the wool over my eyes again like y'all did so many times with so many deals. I ain't falling for it. But I'm surprised and shocked, which is probably going to happen tomorrow, now that Kristen in the Demera mansion. So EJ finna tell Kristen that he don't want no parts of her and she's out of the family next, I'm guessing, because that's where the spoiler said. So since she's out, well, you know what? Scratch EJ in there. We have to wait till tomorrow to see all that. Scratch all that. I'm surprised and shocked Kristen didn't give up a fight, didn't try to give up a battle. She basically took defeat, realized she messed up and screwed up, playing God with other people's lives just to get Brady. Yet again, another black she chasing behind. The gain what for? A couple of months of playing house with Brady and his family, knowing his family don't like you and knowing they was gonna backstab you, betray you, or of course try to get you on their side to only play in your face. Like I still never understood why she went along with this. And if Brady was smart, which he's not very smart, he wouldn't have run that thing to Marlene's house. He would have got an apartment or a hotel where y'all love to stay in and stayed there with the baby and the baby and them. Besides coming, uprooting Marlene and John and everybody else that's staying there, upsetting them every morning, looking at this demon face Kristen, and got to worry about her and deal with her, worrying about if she gonna stab them in the back. So, like I said, Brady didn't care from the jump. He really didn't care. Cause if that would have been in our situation and she got her way with me the way she had her way with Brady, I would have told her, okay, fine, you can move in, but it's not going to be at Marlene's. We finna go get a hotel room or something. I wouldn't have put my stepmom and my dad through nothing through that. Like, what type of person are you, Brady? That's why I said the whole situation was just quite weird to me anyways, and I never understood why he agreed to let her move into Marlene's house. And if I was Marlene, I would have told him, okay, she moving in, okay, she can move in, well, you moving out. Like, why ain't nobody force his hand and play with him and say, okay, she can move in, but guess where you're going? You going out. Like, why ain't nobody kick him out? Or tell her no. Like, it was so easy. Like, how it happened, it didn't make quite sense to me. Like, how she did what she did, Brady agreed to it basically. She basically forced herself in, and nobody enforced her not that she couldn't. You know, she did get a little tug of war here and there. Brady basically calmed them down. But if I know Kristen like I know Kristen, I would have been doing a whole lot of pulling and tugging a whole lot of hair. Kristen wouldn't have stayed at my house as long as she did. After all the stuff she done did to me, you know I ain't got no pressure with her now. But still, who want to wake up looking at Kristen? That's your problem. Why are you putting your problems on me like that? Like I said, I'm surprised that he ain't have enough common sense to say, okay, well, you want to live with me, my daughter, me and our daughter then. Let's get a hotel then. Let's not aggravate and stress my mom and my stepmom and my dad. Like, why he didn't think of that and why they didn't write it that way? Why would you want to do that and then aggravate John and Marlene with this mess, with that heifer staying with them? I never understood it, but okay. Anyways, though, that whole mess is gonna be a whole mess. It's gonna continue to happen. And why Marlene ain't getting sick like like Kate and Kayla? Is Marlena they saving grace or something? Cause notice, Kate and Kayla, they started passing out, started getting sick, started looking terrible in the hospital. Next day, you notice they dead and gone. Marlena basically outlived both of them. How? And we noticed she in the bed taking it easy, and once they delivered the news to her, she, oh no, I guess she doing that because she know her time coming up next, or maybe it's not, or however this drug works or operate, or I guess Marlena dose was stronger. You never know when it comes to days. Like I said, it's a trick to this mess, and that's why I said I'm sitting back and watching until I get my confirmation that they are actually dead and gone. Until then, I ain't believing it. Because Marlena should have been, getting sick like them. How come Marlena not sick and none of that? She laying in the bed and John holding her, waiting for that time, but it haven't really happened to her. But seemed like Kate and Kayla, they went by fast, and you know, Kayla went even faster than Kate. Before Kayla died. So what's going on with Marlena? And I read the spoilers for this week. I don't know if they changed it yet. I don't think Marlena gonna end up dying, because I remember reading about her passing on. But I read about Kate and Kayla, so I knew that was coming this week. But I don't think I remember reading about Marlena's. It's some messes, some twists going on with that medicine, and that it is some mess with it. I know it. And now Kristen don't know where it's at, and don't know where the little orchid is, and it's a whole lot of mess going on with it. So we just gonna have to wait and see how this mess plays out. But it's some mess going along with that mess. Cause Marlena should be next, and Marlena should have, went right on behind Kayla, a few minutes behind Kayla, just like Kate went, then Kayla went after her. Why is Marlena still alive? Was Marlena dose better than his, or it's a mess with that mess? I ain't gonna much talk about it, but anyways, though, Orpheus, you might have won. Well, I ain't gonna say you won quite yet. You might have got your way here for a minute. You might have got your way. You were surprised and shocked when Lucas was about to jump on your behind, and we already know Lucas can't fight to save his life anyway, so I'm like, Lucas, sit your behind down somewhere. We know you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna shake a tree, no grape, a whole sock or nothing. So I was like, Lucas, sit down. Then once you realize that you kind of got your way with that with that, whatever you did to them, poisoning them, whatever that mess was you did to them, and now they dying now, and then you realize after that and how Lucas reacted, you gonna offer that man a drink. And we already know Lucas gonna be drunk in the prison. I was surprised when I read that they was gonna even show Lucas. That's why I said, huh? Where he been at? Now I know he agreed to a lesser charge for the whole semi-kidnapping thing once it came out. I wasn't expecting Lucas this early, but the fact that they showed him, I knew it was some BS behind them. For them to show him, I said, yeah, it's gonna be some BS when I was reading it. Then he gonna offer him some alcohol, and of course Lucas gonna drink it. We already know that. This whole Alex and that whole mess. You know what? Alice, you shouldn't have played around with that phone call. That woman basically, lost her mother, and now they're going to try to blame you for not her answering her phone when the phone was buzzing and you saw it was chatting. You kept on ignoring the call and said, oh, he just won't stop. So yeah, they're gonna blame that for you, and I see why when I was reading it, they said that you're gonna have to come clean by Thursday or Friday. So that's what you coming clean. That basically you stopped that girl for saying goodbye to her mother because you kept on ignoring Chad calls while y'all was having sex the whole entire time. They was getting prepared for Kayla to pass on. That's a whole lot of mess, and unfortunate for you, Alice, you're going to take the blunt end of that because you should have let that girl have her phone. Should have let her have her phone, and you should have said, hey, Chad keep on calling you. You should have did something there. I mean, y'all was getting it on, and I don't know how y'all missed that loud buzz on the soap operas, but okay, you missed the buzz. Alex heard the buzz and kept on ignoring the phone call. So now this is Alex's fault because you didn't hear the buzzing on your phone. But I understand though, he ain't had no business playing with her phone, nor picking up her phone, nor hitting it, nor on her phone. So I can understand why. He would have some explaining to do when Chad was calling her 500,000 times to tell her to come on to the hospital. It's not looking good for your mother. Your mother almost put a pass on. Please hurry up and come quick. So I can kind of understand how it would be his fault for playing with her phone and kept on hitting that number because he wanted to have sex with her. And Chad kept on calling. He already don't like Chad, so he was doing it, calling himself, trying to stop Chad from calling, I guess. Didn't realize that the woman was dying, and I'm gonna leave that one alone. She and this whole brainwashing mess. Gabby, you gotta get a gold star in my book. Now, I seen when woman was, we didn't see a couple of upset women on soap operas, but this is the first time in a long time I have ever seen a woman play target practice with throwing eggs at somebody. Now, this was the first time I didn't see that. Now, you know they done had a lot of food fights, drinks fight, all kind of fights on the soap opera. This was the first time I ever see somebody sit up there and get eggs and keep on throwing them at him, and the poor thing ended up and just turn around and said, yeah, she ain't gonna stop throwing them to her, so he had no choice but to leave. That was the first time I ever seen a woman throw eggs at a man with that much force, and the poor man got tired of getting eggs thrown on him, I guess. So I guess he said after the third egg, he said, yeah, she ain't gonna stop, let me go on. Even though Lee, you ain't had no, you ain't had no room to talk to that woman after you didn't play God with that woman live this whole entire time. You basically played God with that woman live. Basically thought you was gonna be the man. Once Stefan come out from under the grave, you thought you was gonna have her already locked down, and thought that Stefan wasn't gonna be a threat to you, but you didn't understand nor realize that Stefan and Gabby had some years now, and they really loved each other. And like I said, once Gabby saw Stefan, she was gonna be running behind him like a dog in heat, and she was, and she continued to run behind him, even ran to Miami behind him. So I don't know why you thought you had Gabby on logs. Once they released Stefan, like I said, you overplayed your hand, and I even said that before that even happened, and y'all, well, before they woke him up, that Stefan, you might want to leave him dead. You remember when you attempted, you should have attempted and got away with it, because once he come out, I warned you, once he come out from under that, where he was coming from under, and once he started walking, and once that Gabby saw her, she was going to be like a dog in heat, ready to jump all over again. Did not tell you and did not warn you. So you didn't listen. You thought you had enough to stop her and convince her not to run behind Stefan, but you didn't realize that you can't stop that type of love. And you thought you had your game logged, come to find out you didn't, and you had to play all these games, and now look at you, thinking that you were going to have another shot with Gabby. I don't even much know why you even attempted to try to have a conversation with Gabby, attempt to try to talk to Gabby. I don't even much know why you even trying, buddy, at this point, because you kind of played God with that woman lying. You overplayed your hands. You thought something was going to change. Well, you didn't think nothing was going to change when Stefan come out. You didn't realize that she still loved that man, and that, you were just a rebound. Didn't realize how much of a rebound you really were. Like I said, when it first happened and when y'all first discussing bringing him back out, you and Kristen, I said, y'all better leave that man, under that. Y'all better keep him on that machine, because if he ever come out, Gabby gonna be on him like white on rice. I tried to warn you. Lee, you thought you really was the Mac dog and the Mac man, and you really thought that your love was going to overpower theirs. I tried to warn you, sir. That's what you get for assuming, and I don't know why you depended on Dr. Roth medicine, but okay. Now look at you. Sad, miserable, lonely, pathetic, fit to go to jail, and of course now you got a new outfit with egg on it. So you enjoy that while you thinking that you had something and thinking that you was going to stop something, and you ain't stopped nothing. Even Chloe got in his behind and told him how wrong he was. Too bad we didn't get to hear Chloe get in his behind, but I wanted to hear Chloe tell him, I was so mad when they cut Chloe part off. I was so mad. I'm like, why they get Chloe? Now, how they gonna give us a tease of what Chloe gonna say, and we didn't hear it? It must have been what I was watching it on, but did y'all see Chloe cuss him out? Cause all I heard was the first part of her telling him how you played God with my life and how you thought that you did it. Like I only heard that half, and then that was the end of them. He was the Gabby though, and Gabby started throwing eggs at him. So, anyways though, and Stefan, you didn't realize or understand Gabby was telling you the truth, sir. Once it was confirmed by Johnny that Gabby was telling the truth, now you feel stupid and you feel like, well, maybe she was telling the truth, and that I need to go get this checked out and get my real memories back. Once you realize that your brain was played with and they did manipulate you to go after Chloe, like I said, Chloe left heartbreaking again. And Chloe, you better not go back to Brady. Brady basically left you confused, lonely, and with no reason why he broke up with you. Now he gonna tell you after all these months why he really left you confused and didn't know what was going on. Chloe, you fall for that man's. It's something wrong with you, Chloe. You better not fall for it. Because I'm sorry. I have to tell him, nah, I ain't falling for that BS. Because you were still up there wondering what, why, and how you going to leave me for her to start a family. Like, Chloe, he left you with circles and blanks and confusion. If you fall for that all over again, Chloe, it's something wrong and deeply wrong with you. You know you're not getting Stefan back because we already know Gabby finna get her man back. So Stefan is out of the picture. If you go back to Brady, there's something wrong with you, Chloe, for real, for real. Ain't no way, no how, no hell I'll be with a man that left me with all those question marks and confusion, wondering how one day we having fun and the next minute you back with this heifer that then threatened me and tried to kill me all over custody of your child. And I'm be okay and cool with that. Chloe, you a fool if you take Brady back. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You a fool. That's exactly how I'm gonna leave it. You a fool if you go back to Brady after all that. How he left you dumb and confused. You'll really be dumb and confused if you really take him back. But anyways though, y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all night, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.